Namaste. I am here again to deliver third lesson on chapter continuity. Today we are going to solve some questions. In previous lessons we solved some problems and we are taking it further. We start with this problem. Question number 11 of our exercise 5.1. A function is defined as follow and we have to find the point of discontinuity. If there exists, so let us check. The function is given by the value of function is x cube minus 3 if x is less than or equal to 2, and it is x square plus 1 if x is greater than 2. Now, as I done before, I am drawing a line for values of x. Here the point of transition, or where the point of transition where the value changes or the function changes is 2 here. In this part, when x is less than 2, that is 0, minus 1, or it is up to minus infinite, the function is given by x cube minus 3. And also at x equal to 2, see, look here, x equal to 2, it is x cube minus 3. And for values less than x equal less than 2, it is also x cube minus 3. And what happens when the value goes beyond 2, not equal to 2, greater than 2, then this function is given by x square plus 1. So consider a point C here. First condition, or we can distribute, or we can divide the whole value, total values of x in 3 parts. First, say d1, the value is less than 2, x is less than 2. Second, d2, x equal to 2. And third, d3, x equal to, x is greater than 2. The value is greater than 2 here, the value is equal to 2 here, and the value is less than 2. And this is the diagram which helps us in deciding which definition of function or which value of function we will consider. Now we proceed. I am taking this first condition. This one first. If x is less than 2 and c is a point or a value fulfilling this condition, then what will happen? We first of all, function will be here x cube minus 3. So value of function at c, a general point here, c cube minus 3. And the limit of fx when x tends to c, this will be given by limit x tending to c, x cube minus 3. If we find limit, it will be c cube minus 3. So value of function for this interval from minus infinite to the value less than 2 is equal to the limit in this region or any point in this region. It means f is continuous. For x is less than 2. Now we come to second part. In this region, continuous. And for x equal to 2, what is the definition of function here? It is given by this fx equal to x cube minus 3. Put here 2. You will get f. The value of function at 2 will be 2 cube minus 3. That will be 8 minus 3. The cube of 2 is 2 into 2 into 2, that is 8. 8 minus 3 gives us 5. Now, here for values less than 2, the function is defined by x cube minus 3. And for greater values of x than 2, it is defined by x square plus 1. So, we will find left hand limit and right hand limit, and if both are equal, then we can say limit exists here. So first of all, find left hand limit. Limit x tending to 2 minus, we write it as 2 minus from this side. Function here is at x equal to 2 or approaching from left side. It is x cube minus 3. I am writing it direct here, x cube minus 3, and this will be 2 cube minus 3. Again I am obtaining here 8 minus 3. 5. Now what about right hand limit? Limit x tending to 2 plus, or right hand limit of this function at 2. The function will be x square plus 1. This will be 2 square plus 1, because this is not in 0 by 0 or 0 form. If we get 0 f c equal to 0, when we put c in the function we get 0, or we get 0 by 0 or infinite by infinite or infinite. Then we reduces it, or we are to reduce it in proper form, and then we can substitute the point where we have to find the limit. 2 square plus 1, that is 4 plus 1 equal to 5. So what is the result here? For 2, if we take c equal to 2, the point is 2, then at 2 the limits are equal to 5. The values of limit is 5 here, left hand limit as well as right hand limit, and the value of function is 5. So f is continuous at x equal to 2. Again, the third is remaining, and the area of the testing is x is greater than 2. For this, x is greater than 2. We have consider a point C greater than 2. what will happen? Here the function will be given by x square plus 1. Then f2 is 2 square plus 1. That is 4 plus 1 equal to 5. Again, if any point is beyond 2 or greater than 2, limit x tending to 2 will be given by limit x tending to 2 x square plus 1. That is again 2 square or square of 2 plus 1. That is 4 plus 1 equal to 5. So x values of x greater than 2, x greater than 2. It means combining the three results. First, for values less than 2, the function is continuous. At 2, it is continuous. And for values greater than 2, it is continuous at every point. So it means there is no point of discontinuity. Or in other words, the function is continuous in domain. Now, one point to be remembered, here I found first left hand limit and then right hand limit, because the nature of function changes here at 2. If we approach from left hand side, the function is this, and at 2 again the function is this. So value will be determined by this function, value of function. The left hand limit, for left hand limit we will consider x cube minus 3, and for right hand limit we will consider x square plus 1. You can also find the limits by replacing here this x by 2 minus h. If you replace this x by 2 minus h, you can find left hand limit, and here you can find right hand limit by replacing, this is for left hand limit, replace x by c plus h, or it means 2 plus h, 2 minus h, and for left, in place of left, right, replace x by 2 plus h, and then make h tends to 0. For right hand limit we will take here 0 plus, and left hand limit we will take 0 minus. Minus and plus, this minus and this plus shows left and right approach, the approach from left hand side and right hand side. Now we are taking another problem for solution, exercise 5.1, question number 17. We are given a function with this definition, or it is defined like this: for values of x less than or equal to 3, the function is given by ax plus 1, and for values greater than 3, for x it is bx plus 3, and function is continuous at x equal to 3. Find a and b. What do we mean by a continuous function at a particular point? If fx or function of x is continuous at x equal to c, then value of function at c is equal to limit when x approaches or x tends to c of the function are equal. Or in other words, we can say that limit x tending to c minus fx function of x is equal to limit x tending to c plus equal to fc. So here we are given that function is continuous at x equal to 3. What can we do? We can find the value of function at 3. First of all, given function is if x is less than or equal to 3 and bx plus 3 if x is greater than 3. So what is value of function at 3? For this we will take this function fx equal to ax plus 1. This will give us 3a plus 1. When we put here x equal to 3, we are getting 3a plus 1. Call it 1. Now, find left hand or right hand limit. If we find left hand limit, then ax plus 1 will come in the expression or will be there in the expression. So it will make no fruitful result to us. So what we must do? We must consider this function or we must find right hand limit. We can easily understand there the point of transition is 3. The value of function here at 3 is ax plus 1. In this part, x is less than 3, it is ax plus 1 again, and for this part, it is bx plus 3. So from this side, if we want to find right hand limit, we have to take bx plus 3 as function. Again, or further, limit x tending to 3 plus fx. We are finding here right hand limit. So here we will get limit x tending to 3 plus, the function will be bx plus 3. I am taking second method here, limit h tending to 0 plus, and I am replacing for right hand limit to find right hand limit x by 3 plus h. We have replaced x by 3 plus h, and for left hand limit what will we do? We will replace it by 3 minus h, and h there h tends to 0 minus. We will write here h tends to 0 minus. It minus shows it is approaching from left side, and here it is approaching from right side. So this will be h tends to 0 plus, or from h tending to 0 from right hand side or approaching from right hand side, we will have 3b plus 3 plus bh. And if we put h0 here, we will get 3b plus 3. Now if the function is continuous, f(x) is continuous, at x equal to 3, then limit x tending to 3 plus x will be equal to f3. Put these values here. This is 3b plus 3 equal to 3a plus 1. Now we have to find here relation between a and b. Find a and b, relation between a and b. So what will we do? We will write it in simple way. 3a equal to 3b plus 3 minus 1. I have written it direct. 3a equal to 3b plus 3 minus 1. That will be 3a equal to 3b plus 2. Now divide all terms by 3. We will have 3a upon 3 equal to 3b upon 3 plus 2 by 3. So a will be equal to b plus 2 by 3. This is our solution. So what will be the answer? A equal to b plus 2 by 3. So this is the relation between a and b. Find the value of k so that this function is continuous at x equal to pi by 2. It is given that this function is continuous at x equal to pi by 2. And what will be the value of k here? So what is the meaning of this function being continuous at pi by 2? Fx is continuous at x equal to c, then fc or value of function at c is equal to limit x tending to c minus fx, or will be equal to limit x tends to c plus x. This is the outcome of a function being continuous at x equal to c. Here the point of continuity is pi by 2, and this relation shows that the function is continuous at x equal to c. We can combine both results and we can write it like limit x tending to c fx, if both are equal. So what will be our procedure? First of all, we will find the value of function at x equal to pi by 2. Then we will find left hand limit or right hand limit, any one out of these two, because these are equal. So first of all, here for fx, value of function at pi by 2 because it is continuous. X equal to pi by 2. So this will be given by this. The function here is for x equal to pi by 2, its value is 3. So it is obvious that the value of function at pi by 2 will be 3. Call it 1. Now find any limit, left hand limit or right hand limit, any out of these two limits. I am finding this because here say it is pi by 2 and this is 0. For this side and for this side, the value of function it is here, and here the function is k cos of x by pi minus 2x, and again this side it is the same. So for both the limits, the function will be same, left hand limit as well as right hand limit. Limit x tending to pi by 2, x tends to pi by 2 fx equal to limit x tends to pi by 2 and function will be k cos x divided by pi minus 2x here. We can write it limit h tending to 0 plus, here it is right hand limit, so I am writing here plus k cos of pi by 2 plus h divided by pi minus 2 into pi by 2 plus h. Now solve it further. We will have k is constant, so we can take it outside. Limit h tending to 0 plus, or right hand limit, for right hand limit it is like this, cos of pi by 2 plus h is minus sin h. Now pi minus 2 into pi by 2 and solve this, it will be minus 2h. This will cancel out. K into limit h tending to 0 plus minus sin h upon pi minus pi, 2 cancels with 2, that we will have only 2h. Minus cancels with minus, it will be k by 2, take it outside, 1 by 2, limit h tending to 0 plus sin h upon h. And this is standard limit, limit h tending to 0 sin x h is 1. H, if limit x tending to 0 sin x upon x is 1. We have studied it in previous class, so we can write it k by 2 limit h tending to, sorry, we can write it here 1. So it is k by 2. Say this is relation number 2. So what will be the value of this? This will equal, this is equal to value of function at pi by 2. This is 3. So from 1 and 2. we will have k by 2 equal to 3. Hence, k equal to 6. This is our answer. So what will be the value of k here? It will be 6 if the function given is continuous at x equal to pi by 2. Now we are taking some properties of continuous functions or algebra of continuous functions. If there are two functions given by f and g, both are real functions and are continuous at x equal to c, then sum of these two functions will be continuous. Again, the difference of the given two functions will be continuous at x equal to c. Product of these two functions will be continuous at c. Now, the quotient of these functions or division of these functions will be continuous at x equal to c, provided the value of function at c is not equal to 0. Because if it is 0, then we will have this as definite quantity or a real number or a value divided by 0, say k by 0. Then this is not defined. Using this algebra of continuous functions, we can solve problems from 19 to 22nd of our textbook. I am explaining only, not solving any problem. Just say question number 20. It is given x square minus sin x or plus 5, whether it is continuous at x equal to pi. Now what will we do? First of all, we will test continuity of this function x square, then this sin x, and then 5, and then we apply the algebra of continuous functions. Say this is gx x square, this is px equal to sin x, say, and this function is denoted by hx. So what will we do? We will test continuity of gx at x equal to 5. Again we will test continuity of sin x at x equal to 5, and then for this function again we will test the continuity at x equal to for hx. So g, p and h are three functions, and if these three are continuous at x equal to pi, the result will be, or the outcome will be, the function fx is continuous. In this way we can solve the problem. Again there is a problem related to this application. Question number 34th. The function is defined by modulus of x minus modulus of x plus 1. So this is composite of two functions. First of all, we will write fx as gx minus hx. Then in the domain, we will test continuity of this function as well as this function. From our knowledge, we know that modulus functions are continuous for real numbers. So both are continuous, and difference of these two functions will be again a continuous function. So this function will be continuous throughout in the domain. You can solve it yourself. That's all in this lesson. In next lesson we will take differentiability and then chain rule for finding derivatives. Thank you.